Hello! Here I am again, your Sunday school teacher, Miss Sandy. Today, I'm going to read a story to you about a bunny rabbit. Yes, a bunny named Buddy. Buddy had a problem. Buddy was not a good listener. And as you know, one who's not a good listener can get into serious trouble. I wonder if that's going to happen in this book about Buddy. Listen, Buddy is the title of the book, and the author, the person who wrote the book, is Helen Lester. Helen Lester happens to be a friend of mine. We taught first grade together. If you're a busy, good reader, you know as I know that having an autograph of an author in your book is very special. And lo and behold, here's Helen Lester's signature. She says, to Miss Sandy and her kindergartners and first graders. Are you ready? Let's go. Buddy's father had beautiful big nose. He was a great sniffer. Buddy's mother had beautiful big teeth. She was a great chomper. Buddy had beautiful ears. It didn't matter. When Buddy's parents sent him to the vegetable stand to get a basket of squash, he came home with a basket of wash. When they asked him to buy 15 tomatoes, he came home with 50 potatoes. Oh, Buddy. Buddy's father said, listen, Buddy, will you please bring me a pen? Who? Asked Buddy. You, said his father. Will you please bring me a pen? A what? Asked Buddy. A pen, said his father. Will you please bring me a pen? Sure, said Buddy. Buddy's father said, oh, listen, Buddy. What did Buddy bring his father? Yes, a hen. Oh, Buddy. Buddy's mother said, listen, Buddy, will you please get me a slice of bread? Who? Asked Buddy. You, said his mother, will you please get me a slice of bread? A what? Asked Buddy. A slice of bread, said his mother. Will you please bring me a slice of bread? Sure, said Buddy. What do you think he brought her? You won't believe it. A bed. That's right. That he sliced up with a saw. Oh dear. Somehow Buddy's mind was always wandering too far away from his beautiful ears. His parents tried yelling, listen, Buddy. They tried whispering, listen, Buddy. Are you making a connection? Do you know anybody who is not a good listener? One day, Buddy got permission to go for a long hop. He had never before been allowed to go beyond the vegetable stand. Listen, Buddy, said his parents, warning him. Just remember that at the end of the road, there are two paths. The path to the left will lead to the pond, around the pond, and back home. But the path to the right will lead you to the cave of the scruffy varmint. And that scruffy varmint has a nasty temper. So be sure to take the path to the, what, boys and girls? Yes, the left. Right. Right? Asked Buddy. No, left, said his parents. All right, said Buddy, and he saluted with his paw. Well, feeling very grown up, Buddy hopped along past the vegetable stand and on to the end of the road. Now let's see, he pondered. Was I supposed to go left or right? Well, the last word I said was right, so I must be going right. All right, there he goes, boys and girls. He thought, and Off he went. Right. 25 hops later, Buddy discovered the right was wrong. There in front of his cave was the scruffy varmint, doing scruffy things that varmints do, like snarling, can you do that? Mussing his hair, rubbing dirt on his knees, and scratching a whole lot of itches. Try that. At his feet was a large stew pot. There's the stew pot. And there's Buddy, just looking. Oh, and the sign says, yes, keep out. Varmints don't like people or bunnies. What are you gonna do with that soup pot? Buddy asked. What does one usually do with a soup pot? Bake a pie? Replied the scruffy varmint, not very kindly. I'm gonna make some soup. Some what? Asked Buddy. Soup, snarled the scruffy varmint. He is scruffy, isn't he? Buddy had forgotten what his parents warned him about scruffy varmints. He asked eagerly, may I help with the soup? And the varmint thought, well, I don't like help. I don't like anybody around, but the soup would get made faster. So, all right, Bunny Rabbit, come help. Go gather firewood. Who? What? Asked Buddy. You, firewood. Buddy eagerly hopped ahead of the scruffy varmint. Very gently, he gathered a large, prickly bundle, which he held out proudly. Uh-oh. Roughly, the varmint grabbed the bundle. I said firewood, not briarwood, he yelled, plucking the sharp thorns from his paws. Later, when the pot was filled with water, the scruffy varmint laid against a rock, licking his paws and barking orders. Hustle, Bunny Rabbit, get the flour. Yes, sir. Did the varmint mean this kind of flour? 5 pinches of salt. Yes, sir, said Buddy. Uh-oh, he's measuring 5 inches of salt. Oh dear. 15 tomatoes. Yes, sir, said Buddy. What does he have there? You're right, 50 potatoes. And a big load of squash. Yes, sir, said Buddy. What do you think he's gonna do? Scruffy varmint rose and gave the soup a stir. He took a taste. Tasted a little like, well, what do you think, boys and girls? Must need some pepper, said the scruffy varmint. Bunny Rabbit, go get us some pepper from the kitchen sink. Who? What? From the where? From where? What? Oh dear, I'm afraid Buddy's going to be in serious trouble. The scruffy varmint repeated, who get the what from the where? Side of the where? What? Never mind. He walked into the kitchen and got the pepper himself and sprinkled it on the soup. There, he snarled. Now, Bunny Rabbit, put the soup on the fire. But Buddy put the soup on the fire, all right. The fire went hiss. So did the scruffy varmint. I'll teach you, he shouted. I will have soup, Bunny Rabbit soup, and I know just the bunny to use, the Bunny Rabbit who never listens. This time, Buddy listened. Is he going to become soup? What's going to happen? Bunny Rabbit soup? He also hopped very, very, very fast, faster than he'd ever hopped in his life. He whizzed up the road past the vegetable stand and into the safety of his own home. And a little later, the bunny's parents asked him to bring a pen and a slice of bread. Buddy listened. Oh, Bunny almost didn't make it, did he? He almost became bunny soup. It can happen when one doesn't listen. You and I know it's very important to listen. Listen to your parents so you'll be safe. Listen to your teacher so you know how to do your assignments and so you can learn. You can learn each day and over time learn a lot. Also, it's important to listen to your friends. Oh, I know everybody likes to talk. They like to share about the things that they do and the things they like and what happens in their lives. But there are times when it is important to listen. Listen to your friends. Reminds me of a story of a good listener. I want to back up a little bit while I get this story out. I always said to my first graders, listen to show you care. You care about your friends. This story is in a little book called 5-Minute Bible Devotions for Children. Stories from the Old Testament. A good listener. In this story, there's a woman, Deborah, who loved God and she loved her people. And because Deborah was indeed a good listener, and because she wanted to help people, God gave her a very special job. Every day, Deborah went outside the town and sat down under the shade of a palm tree. And there she sat and waited for people to come talk with her. They brought their problems. They brought their disagreements. And they talked and talked to her. Deborah simply listened. Sometimes she would help them solve their problems. Sometimes she would give good advice. The people in that town loved Deborah because she was a good listener, because she showed them she cared about them. Are you a good listener? Who do you listen to? Who listens to you? Can you tell in this story who is a good listener here? These two girls seem to be having a disagreement. This boy helped them solve this problem. So, good listening. Good listening to parents, to teachers, to friends. But most important of all is listening to God. Oh yes. God hears us. We talk to God. He hears us all the time. He hears our prayers. He hears our desires, our dreams. He hears our joys. He hears our sorrows. But He would like us to listen to Him. Now I have another story. It's my own story. One day I got a phone call from a friend. This friend's name was Andrea. I had first met Andrea in kindergarten. I was her kindergarten teacher. The next year, she went to first grade. I became her first grade teacher because I went to first grade also. Well, over the years, Andrea went on from grade to grade, and Miss Sandy just went back to kindergarten for a year, and then to first grade, and back and forth. Andrea proceeded through college. When she got to the end of her college years, she decided that she very much wanted to become a doctor. Now a doctor? She called me, and I joined her for coffee. While we were talking about her life and school and becoming a doctor, she admitted to me that when she finished her internship, that's practicing being a doctor before you really are a doctor. It's like a student teacher in a classroom. Andrea told me she was at a loss. She didn't know where to go or how to begin her career as a doctor. Should she stay in a big city called Los Angeles, where she worked as a student in a big hospital called LA General Hospital? Should she come back to Denver, Colorado, where her parents live and where her childhood friends are? She just simply didn't know what to do. And then Andrea said, God spoke to me. He told me to go to a small town in Northern California, in the deep, dark woods of Northern California. And there I will become the town doctor, and I will eventually build a hospital. She said, so that is exactly what I did. I was so proud of Andrea. That night, when I was taking a walk with my husband, I turned to him and I said, why doesn't God talk to me like he talked to Andrea? Why don't I hear from God? I need to know what to do. I'm a retired school teacher now, and I want to do something very special. Why isn't God talking to me? When we got to the top of a hill and we turned and looked over the roofs of the houses, past the school, and over the mountains of beautiful sunset, something welled up in me. It was like a voice. It was a feeling saying to me, be still and know that I am here. That sounded familiar to me. Where did that come from? Is that God speaking to me? When we got home, I went straight to the Bible. I opened it and looked for passage, that very passage. Be still and know that I am here. There it was. Just a minute, I'll find it. Be still and know that I am God. Psalm 46, verse 10. That was it. I realized if I simply quiet down, maybe even find a quiet place to be, because as we know, it is a very busy world with lots of chattering, lots of traffic on the road, radios, TVs going. I needed to be ready to listen to God. Again, I will say it. Be still and know that I am God. Psalm 46, verse 10. Boys and girls, I got excited about that, and I did something that you do every day. I Googled. Yes, I Googled Bible verses about listening to God. Try it. Bible verses about listening to God. There were so many pages of them. Romans 10, verse 7. Psalms 23, verse 4 through 5. Psalms 119, verse 105. Revelations. And one that I thought was very special, Deuteronomy 28, verse 12. Thy word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. It is important to listen. Listen to your parents. Listen to your teacher, your friends, and most importantly, to God. It's time for me to go. And before I do, I'd like to say a little prayer. Allie, are you ready for that?
Absolutely.
Bow our heads. Thank you, God, for giving me 2 ears. Please help me to listen to others and to you, Lord, so that I may know you better.